Oh, it is so good to be back. I don't know if you guys have ever had the pleasure of shitting in a brand new toilet, but oh, one of the better feelings in life. Weird way to start a video. Anyway, we're back. We're back, and Metamorphosis has been pulling his weight since we've been gone. Prize pulls up to $240. Metamorphosis has contributed just about $100. He's fucking killing it. He's got the whole strategy of commenting a few different try scorers, but not too many, so the odds are still good. He's absolutely killing it. So, I mentioned in a previous video, I'm going to pay Metamorphosis out. I think what I'm going to do is round it up to $100 and then transfer him, let's say $80, bring him down to 20 so he's still winning because he deserves to still be winning. But then, these guys who've contributed as well don't get fucked over. And I think that's just a fair way of doing it. So, Metamorphosis, I'll get in your emails at some point. I've got a lot of shit going on today, so probably not today, but we will get that done. As for the bets this week, obviously the round has already started, so we've missed out on the first two games. But if you do see this and you want to leave a bet, the budget's going to be $20 because it's for Magic round. So yeah, get in quickly, and if there's a bet in the comments before the game kicks off today, then I'll put it on, and you'll get the whole $20 budget. Otherwise, I'll just pick some stuff to put on and see what we can do there. Let's have a look at who's topping the league. I've decided that since I actually can filter this by the round and the total, we're going to do both. So I'm still coming fifth. How good's that? So total score, Happy Hines, Dominic. If you're watching this, leave a comment and you'll get half the budget. And whoever scored the highest for round 8, 1555, Jesus Christ. And Sabrina's Sinners, Steve, if you comment as well, you'll also get the other half of the budget. If both of you comment, I'll give you $10 each, and then I'll put another $10 on for any other commenters, but I doubt that's going to happen because there isn't a whole lot of time to leave comments. So, well done to you guys. And Happy Hines sitting in the top 100, that's huge, dude. And you'd be very happy with Hines because he's just gone and got a decent ton. Holy shit, my overall rank. That can't be right. I was at 1500. Surely 600 points isn't doing that for me this early in the round. Anyway, moving on. We'll have a quick look at the games that have been played, because why not? Move me over here. So obviously Hines with the 113. I've been saying these are going to come. His scores have not been bad when he hasn't been doing much. He's been scoring 60s and 70s with, 1 or 0 or 1 attacking stats. Now that he's gotten a few, he gets his ton. They're not going to be as common with him and Trindle kind of sharing the team in a way, but he's still got this upside, and he's still one of the better halfback options. He's just not as good as he was in the previous years, but he's still got it. And with a break even of 55, he'll go up a bit of money as well, which is always nice. Cam McInnes, I was tossing up between him and JMK for this round. Ended up going with JMK because he's slightly better origin cover for my team. But yeah, you can't help but think, fuck, should have put McInnes in, but that's alright. I made a few last minute changes and they all absolutely worked out for me this week. I went away from bringing Adam Fanua-Blake in for Tino because it was just a little bit sideways now. Because Tino is still playing, once he gets picked for Origin and he's missing games, then I will do that trade, and I'm glad I did that because Tino will probably score more than 43 here, and it's also going to make Fanua-Blake lose cash, maybe? Maybe. Make him a bit easier to get in. Britton Nickera, also a very juicy option at 555k. He's bottoming out a little bit, but I don't mind going him soon for the Origin period because he's starting to get that kind of vein of form where he's running those hectic lines. Obviously, that's easier to say now that we've watched him play, but yeah. Who else for the Sharks? Not much. Josh Adokar with a decent score. If you wanted to go like a ridiculous pod, I think he could go on a little bit of a run, although there's a chance Moses goes to Origin because Cleary hasn't really been performing. I don't think Hines will get picked. I think it will still be Cleary, but I think in the 6 it's probably going to be Moses. So yeah, maybe hold off on him. Dylan Brown's doing a bit better, but I just don't want him in my team. He's stressful to watch. And realistically, I still don't think it's a good idea to go any of the Eels, especially if Moses goes to Origin and then all of a sudden they're bottom feeders again. Next game. This one was huge for me. Robert Toyer was a last minute reserve. I was like, oh, do I reserve him and Billy Smith? That seems a little overkill. And then I realized my fourth reserve was on Hamish Stewart because he was starting. And we don't know that he's going to get a typical starter's minutes. He could still play, his 30 minutes and then come off for whoever the fuck. So very happy I put him in. Obviously, Billy Smith didn't do too well, but he's more there to make us a bit of money than anything, which he's going to do. Marshall King with a 40, that's fine. All he needs is an attacking stat to get a very good score. He's better than Pakes. That's all he needs to do. Herbie Farmworth got that try, so he got a decent score. He will also upload. He's got a few ineffective offloads that need to be updated. And same goes for Tedesco, who I'm going to pull the loop on. 121 is perfectly fine. Other mentions, Nawaka Nitawasi. Still under 600k. I feel like he could be a little bit of a Dom Young from last year, especially if Tedesco doesn't get picked for Origin. Obviously, there was an unfortunate injury to Sandon Smith this game. Another one of my last-minute changes. In my previous video, I said I'm going to get him back in again. Decided against it because it just wasn't that sexy and went for JMK instead, which ended up being a 39-point swing, which you take. For Keddy, I'm starting to go a bit cold on him as an Origin option, but we'll keep an eye on it. Once the Origin teams are named, then we can make a decision on him. If, say, he goes into the second row... Sorry, not for Keddy. I'm thinking of... Savala, sorry. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, Savala might even be a trade-in next week. 233k, minus 11. He'll go up towards 250k. I think he's going to be one of the most traded in next week with that break-even. Docker Clay is also doing well. There was no scenario where I was going to put him in, even though it would have been a good decision. Nafahu White still chugging along nicely. I think he's peaked, though. You're probably not going to want to sell him because the Roosters have amazing Origin cover, so just hold on to him. Connor Watson's still doing well. For the Finns, Marshall King is becoming relevant with a 40. Dolphins have pretty good Origin cover. That might just be for my team. Make sure you use the tables and stuff I've got in the description to help you with that stuff. I'm not going to have time to get the Origin preparation video done this round. I'll probably get it done during the week next week, which is, it's a bit late, but I did make an Origin prep video a while back, so if you're desperate and you're in a tough spot, go watch that and use the resources I leave in the description. Asako, just, not outside of Farnworth. If he even is outside of Farnworth, I feel like they might have shuffled. Gilbert, nah. Katoa, just fucking killing it and killing it. Now that Moses is probably going to get picked for 6, I think Katoa is a really, really good Origin cover option if you're looking at selling Cleary. I wasn't that hot on selling Cleary a few weeks ago, but I think you can get away with it now. And if you were to downgrade to Katoa, he is going to be 600k, so you're only going to make 100k going down from him to Cleary, but I think he will do a job nicely over the Origin period. Obviously, Herbie Farmworth, last-minute trade-in for me. Happy with that. He's just... For me, he's like the alternative to Karaz. I'm not really super hot on what I'm seeing from Karaz, but once those suspended Bulldogs come back, maybe he'll be an option as a centre wing gun. More so than Herbie, but we've got Herbie in now, so decision made. Lemuelu with a good score here. He always finds his way into a few teams at some point of the year. Don't think he's too highly owned at the moment. Yeah, he's literally 0%. But if you want to go a pod, maybe. I probably wouldn't do it. And then, obviously, the Hammer. Bit of an awkward price. I don't think we've got any fullbacks we'd be looking to get rid of. Unless you're getting sick of Gutho, maybe. Or Ayongi, maybe. He'd be a pod option. 6% of teams, so not mega pod, but certainly a pod. And that's all for those games. So 635 points in the first couple of games. Could be a good week for me. Touch wood. What else have we got to go over? I think I'm just going to leave it there for this video. I will be back on Sunday night for the round reaction video. And then the next video after that will be the Origin planning video. I'll try and get that done on the Monday or Tuesday. Might combine it with the TLT video. So yeah, if you're watching this, get a comment down there. There's a good chance there won't be many comments, so you might get the full $20 budget to yourself. And with the prize pool resetting, it's a good time to try and get a little bit ahead. Sweet, thanks for watching, guys. It's so good to be back at the setup. It is so much easier to do this shit with 2 screens and not just on a Mac laptop. So yeah, good luck with the rest of Magic Round. It's been a couple of really entertaining games so far. Don't get to see Manly this week, but that's alright. Guaranteed 2 points. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, all that shit, and I'll see you on Sunday.